Hello everybody and welcome back to Niche. Now this is a little crazy recording session I'm doing because later on today I will be going to Edinburgh to celebrate the new year in style. Avak and I will be going down and we will be meeting with A Kiss for Luck, Briarstone and I believe Essentia, who have all come over from Canada and are celebrating in Edinburgh as well. So it's going to be lots and lots of fun. But it means I've got to really quickly record stuff before we go. Now, the next thing you're going to notice that I expect is that we're back on the Easy Island. Now, those of you who've kept your eyes and ears open will know that there has been a new patch. I would have had to revert my save to go back to the old patch, and I want to play with all the new stuff. So what I think we're going to do, okay, this is the plan. I'm going to stay on Easy Island, get as much food as we can on Easy Island, okay. Got some new UI stuff I need to have a look at. But anyway, we'll do that and then we'll jump straight to the hard island and see if we can make it over there. Now I've been told the only thing I know about the new patch, because I want lots of surprises, I want to try and work out all the surprises, but the one thing I do know about the new patch is that every person you have alive, every nicheling creature, whatever you want to call them, nicheling, I love that. That was, I've forgotten her name. But there was a girl YouTuber who has decided to call them nichelings. I think that's so cute. Avak mentioned her. He will know the name. Go watch his episodes. And he will probably tell you who it was that invented nichelings. Okay, so apparently every time you pass a turn, so for example, if I passed a turn with these two alive, it would go straight down to 18 food. That's what they're saying. So I'm going to have a look at this new menu. Oh, it's a family tree. Oh, how cool. So we can go back and see. That could be quite impossible to track, but we can go back and see who's doing what. That's cool. Who is related to who? Or whom is related to whom. I never know the difference between who and whom. Someone in the comments, give me an essay on who and whom and which one that is right. Okay, so we've now got 24 foods. And I'm going to make Eve pregnant because we may as well. And then we're going to pass the turn. And we have a baby. So big nose, +2 to smelling. Animal rank. Oh, that's new. When low on food, alphas eat first, omegas eat last. Oh wow, so I can rank them and say who this one needs food, this one is like my important breeder, this one's a bit rubbish, you don't need that one. Seems a bit mean, but when it comes to survival, I suppose, yeah, the alphas would eat first in like a lion pack or something. Swimming. Wow. Horn colour. What have we got? A ram. Oh, so noses and rams and antlers and stuff are now separate. That's brilliant. That's really good. So we've got ears, eyes, nose, body, leg, which is what we always had. Fur, eye, mane, eyes we always had. Immunity we always had. Dots. Fluffy tail. Swimming tail. Oh. Hind legs, webbed hind legs. Very interesting. Blood clotting factors. Oh, wow. That's really cool. This whole start of this episode is going to be me going, oh, wow. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, wow. But that's brilliant. So wounds close quickly, and I imagine that some horny male will probably come along and have like terrible clotting and make them take loads of damage or something. I love that the horns can be different colours now as well. That's so good. Okay, we can have a new turn. It's all right. Okay, so the food's all back on the tree. We're back to 20 because we've got. So babies don't count for half or nothing or anything. Babies do count. So we need 3 food per turn at the moment just to keep this baby alive. But that tree is only producing 2 food. So we are eventually going to run out of food unless someone goes exploring. So look, there's another berry bush. How handy. How very, very handy. So next turn we'll be able to pick all of those, which will be great. And once, I would say that the way to play this one, the way to play the last one was obviously just to breed as many as possible. And then just take as many turns as you had food for, or slightly less turns than you had food for. This one is going to all be about, you don't breed until you know you've got an income of food equal or greater than your population. So this is going to be a very different way of playing it. It's kind of how I thought it should be played when I first played it, and I was like, you know, it wasn't working for me, and I was like, oh, well, this is rubbish. And then I realised it was based on movement, but now it's completely changed. So see, this is kind of like a counter of food per turn in a way, at the moment anyway. I don't know whether once things start dying, whether that will still be a population counter or what, but you see Adam, Eve and Issy, and you can see all of Issy's genes. Like, Issy has a no paw, I think. Stupid no paws. So ideally what I would like to do is, because Issy has a runner leg and a no paw there and 2 runner legs there, I would ideally like for anyone with a no paw that comes out of this union between Adam and Eve to just be like a gatherer or a runner or just exploring. And I'll keep any that don't have that no paw. So any that don't have a no paw can carry on breeding. So we'll try and breed the no paw out as a priority. We've got a B and an F, an A and a B, and an F and a G. Okay. So we've got 4 genes between the 2 creatures, which is really, really good as well. So Issy can move because there is no penalty for Issy moving around. So I'm going to make Issy move just up here. More food as well. That's good. It looks like the easy island is giving us lots and lots of food. I won't move to the hard island until I know that I've got a big stockpile of food, because I think that it's going to be really, really difficult over there. Especially with these new game mechanics. Okay, so one more turn. Oh no, you know what? You could go up there and start picking berries. And then we'll take another turn. And then everyone can spend a turn picking berries. And then we can have more babies. That was done probably slightly in the wrong order there. But that's actually okay, because as long as you pick a couple of berries off each time, that's fine. Okay, one more turn. We're down to 28, and now this one has enough turns to take the berries off the bush. Unfortunately, she's not as good a picker as her parents because of that no paw. She can only take 1 off the tree at once. But that'll be fine. Once, I think Adam's not the greatest either. I think Eve is the best. So Eve, back into the nest, please. Adam down here. And we will have another baby. I need to remember that there's a bush up there, and I need to sort of get the bushes uncovered as well, but we'll do that in a minute. The grass cleared away. Stupid grass all in the way, I don't know. So let's just uncover that one. There's a new baby there, so Eve, if you spend your turn just taking the berries off that bush. Don't need to over harvest it, because I didn't notice she's got 2 turns. So there's no point in spending, well actually no, that's stupid. I can spend all the turns I want because it's not going to use food based on turns. See, I'm back into my old way of thinking again, and that's not the right way of thinking at the moment. Move everybody everywhere, use all your turns, keep the populations probably a little bit smaller, to be honest. No paw again, how annoying. Definitely a different challenge now. So we now have Nuku and EC. Yay! Shame they both have no pores. Like that, there's one gene out of 4 genes that is an opal. And it's been passed on both times I've bred, so that's kind of annoying. And we've got some haemophilia. Where did that even come from? Neither of the parent... Oh yeah, okay, Adam has haemophilia. Takes more damage from wounds if the gene is present on both slots. So they're okay to have a recessive gene. They can be a carrier or they can express. At the moment I have just carriers, but I don't really want them to express that trait. Oh look, there's the webbed feet. How cool is that? Swimming feet. That's what Adam has as well. Swimming feet on the back leg. Just noticed that. So +1 to swimming. So I don't know how far over water they can go. Or whether they just swim around the island. I imagine once you get to here you can't go any further. So it must just be these tiles just around the edge. And I don't really know if there's anything you can get there. Is there anything you can get by going there? There's just a few rocks and things. I don't know if you can fish or anything like that. Interesting. Okay, so we have one more turn, but she can't really do anything with it, so we'll just turn over the turn. So we're down to 32. Now would be a time for Eve to take that off. There. Baby can go up here maybe. Make sure it's the baby that I've got selected. These guys will probably eat after their parents, to be honest. It's interesting, you could almost plan for a deficiency of food. You could say, well, I don't mind killing off my omegas. We could have a bit of a famine going on. Only the strongest survive. And it would work in that way. You'd be able to say, well, my best person, they can have food. One more. There we go, 39 food. So we are getting a net increase in food, which is really, really good. I need to keep an eye out on Eve and Adam's lifespan. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. And that last one. So that's all of the berries harvested between the 4 of them. Which is really, really good. So now we're down to like nothing on the trees. I'll start moving them around a little bit more. I mean, that is the ideal location for someone to be. Oh, and I got a new nimble finger. So you get collecting and cracking. So I'm guessing that, oh, cracker jaw for cracking open shells and nuts. So I'm guessing that when we get into the islands with the nut trees, that a cracker jaw would be really, really handy. Possibly even needed to get those nuts, and those nuts were really, really important. So it's definitely, there's a lot more to think about nowadays. Definitely a lot more to think about. There's a thing I love about this, is like, you know, in another 8 weeks in February, there's going to be another patch of something, and it's going to be another awesome load of new features, hopefully. So, you know, they're just constantly coming out with new things and new ways to make it interesting. Every time I start thinking, oh, I'm getting a bit bored of this now, I've played it, I've done everything, and they're like, oh, a new patch, and I'm like, yay. So I'm going to move Adam back down. And I'm going to have one more go at having a baby. And that'll probably be it for this generation. I've got sort of 2 to replace and a spare then. And I don't think I want to be... I think I want to be exploring and gathering food and all of that sort of good stuff, rather than having like tons and tons and tons of spare animals that just don't do anything. But then it's going to make the genetic variety much, on the immunity side of things, much more difficult to maintain. Okay, I don't think we can do anything more there. It's raining, so all the berries came back. Yay, let's get lots of food on the go. Get all the berries off this tree. And we'll just have a look at what the baby's like. Yay, finally a baby that doesn't have... That's good. That's very good. Doesn't have a no-paw. So we're no worse than where we started. And I think I could, in theory, depending on the gender, there's a male without haemophilia and a female without haemophilia. So I would probably breed Issy with a Kienaduk. Gotta love these names. Yeah, I would breed them together, and that way I would try and get rid of the haemophilia. And we are now up to 51 foods. So with 5, we're doing okay. But we need to go and explore and find more food sources. Down to 46 there. Okay. You want to run a leg. Why don't you go and explore? And one thing I'm going to do is clear a lot of the grass away. I've decided that that's going to be a better way of doing things from now on. Get some more food. Some more food off there. More food off there. And we don't have to deplete these every time, but what we want to make sure is that they're never full of purple berries. We want to make sure there's always some green berries on there, because that means that we've always harvested a little bit of each of them. And we seem to be still making a net gain. Now, how old are you? Still about halfway through their adult life, so we've still got time to find more food sources to have more babies. So that's cool. I'm just going to run you around the place. I'm actually thinking that a couple of them could go explore, and then Eve could just go and sit here and gather all the berries. You don't need a mother in the nest all the time with this sort of gameplay. I think with the previous way it was being played, then yes, definitely. So let's just... And also I'm going to just make as much of the grass areas sort of visible. Rabbits only spawn in dark areas. They don't spawn in grass, as far as I have been told so far. If that is wrong, please let me know. One more turn. Something killed a rabbit down there. Ooh. So the good thing about having Eve here is you can use all 3 of her turns to take 2 berries off the bush at once. Now you can make the nest visible. That one visible. And possibly move a little bit. You can make that visible, and that visible, and that visible. So we can see any rabbits sneaking up on our berry bushes. Actually trying to get rid of the grass around here and around this berry bush in general will help. So if we just do that. So we're slowly getting the island all nice and exposed. Get rid of all the grass as much as we can. I do feel that that's the right way to go. I think there was some doubt over it at the start. You go up there. Oh, it's raining. Good times. Very good times. So many berries. Yay. There we go. I suppose it is worth getting all of the berries off the bushes, isn't it? Because if it rains, then it automatically goes back to full. So if you have berries kind of still left on there, that makes it a little bit... I thought he had a fin then. Just there, that looked like he had a fin on his hand. But it's actually just his little swimmer tail. That's what the swimmer tails look like. How cute. I can't see the back of Eve. I don't know if Eve has like a tail. Oh, they all have sort of... Some of them have tails that stick out to the side, and some of them have tails that go backwards. So I'm guessing the ones that stick out to the side are the swimmy tails. How cute. See, you'd be a good swimmer. You've got a swimmy tail and swimmy... Yeah, and swimmy feet. Okay, let's make some of these visible around you. Worth doing, I think. There we go. I probably won't make this a super duper long episode because, as I said, I do have to go to Edinburgh later, so I don't have much time. I have to go and party. You gotta understand this, guys. Partying is important. We are going to be doing a torch procession as well, which means that we get to play with fire, which I'm sure you guys like totally think that we're going to be totally trustworthy with fire. Walking around the streets with some fire, yeah. I'm very excited about this. It's still raining, but it didn't deplete all of the... It must be when it starts raining that it depletes all... Sorry, it repletes, or... Is that even a word? Replenishes all of the trees there. And so you can just go and... Oh, another berry bush. Yay. All this exploration is doing us good, definitely. I'm kind of enjoying this style of play more because you get to explore so much faster, whereas when it was like... Oh, you get no turns. So you can have all of the creatures in the world, but you don't get any turns. Now it's like, use every creature, use every turn every creature has. Which I quite like. So I would say that probably the best thing for you to do is that for now. And we'll put Eve back in the nest and maybe have another baby because we're doing well for food and we just found another berry bush. And you go there and make that and that visible. And you go there and make that and that visible. So slowly we're sort of getting this whole island all exposed, which is fantastic. Eventually though, we'll have found all of the berry bushes and we'll be like, nah, we need to do something different. Not sure really what we're going to do with all these swimming things. I don't know what water tiles do. I might just move one of them just for the sake of experimentation over a water tile and see if they can catch any fish or anything like that, because there's rocks in the water. That says to me that if we maybe are near enough to them, the fish might come into this area and they might be able to use them for food. So I might be able to put some of my more waterborne sort of creatures in the water, as they should be, and see if any fish come. Because that's the only thing I would imagine that they would do with that. Okay, so you get those berries, make the bush visible so that I know it's there. You make that bush visible, take the berries off it. You get back in the nest and you get over there. And let's have another baby. Although at this point, possibly a Kurdnook and Eve partnering might be better because they both have decent legs. And they don't have haemophilia either, so I'm thinking that might be the actually a better pairing. Okay, you two still exploring. Exploring is important. Another berry bush. What happened there? Did we find a new creature? Or maybe we did. Maybe we did. Rare. I think Rare is a new creature, but I don't seem to be able to move Rare. Well, I can't move you. You're moving yourself, apparently. Interesting. So there's creatures that don't automatically come to our side. That is very, very interesting, because normally what would happen before was a creature like this would come and they'd just automatically be part of our tribe. So we'll have to try and work out what's going on with that. If there's... Oh, no, I didn't want that. That's like a help guide. I was hoping there might be some explanation on in the question mark, but it just seems to be like a little welcome to niche thing, and I don't need that. I've been playing it long enough. Okay, so Rare I can't do anything with. You can get some berries off that bush, so that's good. And we are still apparently making some sort of net profit there, so that's good. want to see what's in there. Ah, there was a rabbit. There's another berry bush. We've got like 5 berry bushes over here. So good. It's definitely helping us out a little bit more with the food. Obviously, there must have been a little bit more balancing because we're having to be careful of our population now. Yeah, the no poor came in again. So I'm definitely going to be redoing the... What was I going to say? I'm definitely going to be changing around the offspring there. I don't really want... I mean, we've got babies that have got the swimmer genes, so that's fine. We don't need those anymore. Have we used all of our... We have. Can the baby move yet? Okay, well, Eve, you can go there and pick some berries off the bush. You guys, you can pick a berry off the bush. Alright, so you can invite the animal to join the tribe. Oh, right, I see. Because the population increases, and if I didn't have enough food to support Rarir, I could keep Rarir just like walking around. That's good, because I was wondering about that, because I was like, well, if you've got as many as you can feed, and it's like forcing you to take on newcomers, that's not really very fair. But you've now got a mechanic just to say, well, I can invite you to the tribe if you want to come and join in, but if not, then cool, you know. You can just roam around, and once I can feed you, I'll invite you in. Until then, you're on your own, matey. I quite like that idea. Yeah, I think everyone's had a go. I think as long as you make sure that everyone fully utilises their turns, then you're on to a winner really with this one. Let's have a baby. Although the food is starting to go down a little bit, so we need to be a bit careful on that now, because we've got a lot of people in the tribe. And Rarir doesn't have a full complement of gathering yet, so go and make things visible, and you go up there. Ah, cool, some more food. Just what we need. And you go over there and explore. This island eventually will only support a certain population before we need to move to a larger island in order to support a bigger population. So that's actually a good reason for moving island, because I think before you could just be like, well, as long as it don't take us many turns, I can fill the entire island, every single square, with a creature. There's no reason not to. But now there kind of is a reason not to. Where are we going to breed? Oh, we already had. Okay, cool. I need someone kind of nearer to that bush, actually. So I probably should have put that baby over there. And everyone has had a turn now, but we are making a net profit of food again, so that's good. So you go there, and you can be the guardian of that tree. Oh, Adam and Eve just died. That's not good. I don't think we have any females nearby. So we're now down to 5 populations, so Rarir has a no poor. So does Issy. But I think I'll get Issy back over here. Actually, she could just go in that nest. Pop in that nest, Issy, and you go up there and you breed. We need another couple of kids over there. We do need more. We definitely need more now, because we are going to run out of people to pick the berry bushes, if nothing else, you know. There's all these berry bushes down here, and there's just no one to pick the berries off them, and that's going to suck. And the sort of pick a paw, or whatever it's, a nimble paw, doesn't seem to be going anywhere either. Have a look at the genetics, look. So we've got digging paw. Dig open the ground to find food. What? So much good stuff here. Fishing tail improves fishing ability so you can fish. You can fish and swim. I definitely need to get one of my fishers over to the water to see what they can find. You've got good fishing tail and stuff. Have you got a fishing tail? Got a normal tail, I think. I should just check here, shouldn't I? But you're a really good swimmer. You must have +2 to swimming. 3 to swimming. But it doesn't really say, like, it doesn't have a fishing stat on here. Oh, there's like a pregnancy marker now as well. That's quite handy. But yes, our population is a little bit small now. Because I wasn't breeding like every single turn. I was just like breeding sometimes. Oh, we could get Rare in a nest and Nuku could breed with her. I don't see why not. There's going to be a lot of no-paw coming out of that one, but that's the only thing I really need to breed out of these guys at the moment is the no-paw gene. There, let's do that. Oh, I should have used her for the... She's going to have to sit in the nest now. Okay, so we have Durkavan, who is also a no-paw runner leg, but we'll come over here and pick some berries anyway. You pick 2. Okay, so you go there, pick those. You go there and pick those. Just because you just had a baby doesn't mean you can't go into the fields and work. This is how things are in my game. This is how we keep fed. Right, what are you like? Oh, good. Nimble fingers and a runner leg. You will be a breeder. You will be an alpha. Oh, yes, you will. So you're supposed to mark them by... Oh, look. You can change their pip colours. That's cool. You have green, blue, or orange ones. That was something that was there in the last patch. I just didn't play with it. So you can move down here now, and you can pick a berry off there and a berry off there, just to keep things even. You are old enough now to move to here, which means... Now, do I want any more babies? Have I got... Well, yeah, probably. I want to try and get something without a no-paw. So we'll go again with that one. But this is a good, really good one. Except for the whole haemophilia thing. Need to breed that out. So we need to get someone that doesn't have any haemophilia genes in next time to breed that out at least halfway. But if no paw is completely gone, then that's kind of worth it. It's very difficult to breed 2 things out at the same time. There we are. We're nearly up to 80 food. That's really good, isn't it? You're pregnant, so you can't do anything. You could go down there. At least you're nearer to a berry bush. Just trying to keep someone near each berry bush so that we can at least get 1 berry off each bush per turn if possible. That one needs to come into the middle, I think. Okay. Well, I think that is a good start. For half an hour's play, we've got 8 little niche dudes, and we have quite a lot of berry bushes exposed. We've exposed a good chunk of the island. I'll probably just get the rest of the grass all exposed next time, and we'll just collect up the food until we've got maybe 200 or 300 food, and at that point I'll move them straight onto the hard island once, and this is the caveat, once we have bred out runner leg, sorry, not runner leg, we've bred out no paw, and once we've bred out haemophilia, because I don't want either of those genes coming across to the new island with us. It's going to be bad enough having any horny males sort of adding to the population. Now that's quite interesting because we're going to have to really, really, really guard against the horny males now. Assuming they're still about, I don't know. But if they are, then it's going to be really difficult because they're going to be making babies that we don't really want. So we're going to have to like fight them off. But anyway, that is the end of the episode for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're looking forward to getting to the hard island. And I hope you don't mind too much that I wanted to play with the swimming jeans. But anyway, I hope to see you all next time. But in the meantime, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.